everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I am Nikita and today I have a guest with me, that's Priyanka. So we are going to cover all about content writing today. So today's session is basically dedicated to all those who want to begin content writing but are not sure like what are the ways and how can you kickstart that. So I have Priyanka with me who has around 4 years of experience, who is super active on LinkedIn. I have been following her. That's what I know about Priyanka. I would ask her to introduce herself in brief a little. So, Priyanka, all yours.
Yeah, thank you so much, Nikita, for having me here with you. I'm Priyanka, a creative content writer with almost 4 years of experience. I have been writing diverse niche. I have many articles published on various magazines and newspaper. And here I go. I have a dream to get myself listed on Forbes as a content writer, as one of the top content writers. And I'm on my path to fulfill my dream. So thank you so much for having me here.
Absolute pleasure. I mean, having somebody like you who has full-time experience of doing content writing, it's my pleasure to have you on my channel. So thank you so much, Priyanka. All
Thank you
right.
so much.
So we will start with basics of what is content writing and what are its types, because I've heard it can be in many fields, it can be of many types. So if you can just let us know.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, first of all, to all the aspiring writers who have tuned in into the channel and are seeing the video, kudos to you, congratulations to you that you have taken one step forward in your professional journey of content writing. If you have queries, if you are confused, I believe this video will clear all your doubts and answer all your queries. So watch till the end. So if I start, what is content writing? We need to understand what is content. Content is basically information that you draw from different sources. And by content, we mean what is inside a product or a service. For example, if I say, what is the content of this book? I mean to ask, what exactly the information that I'll derive from the book. So in a similar fashion, content writing is writing content related to a product or service to market it online. And content writing is a very crucial part of digital marketing. In our everyday basis, we consume a lot of content in different forms, like blogs and articles we read on different websites, the script you read, the scripts of YouTube and podcast, social media posts, magazines, newspaper. These are all content of different types. So we consume it in our daily basis, a lot of content. As far as the type is concerned, there are the types of content writing which a writer can take up to, but I will tell you about seven basic timeless type of content writing. The first one is blog writing. In a blog writing, the blogger is expected to turn the content into super interactive one, a very informative one, yet a engaging one. It should be like the writer is talking to the readers. It should be super in a tone of conversation. The blogger basically in a conversational tone. This is a basic type of content writing that almost every writer can do. If he has basic knowledge of English, every writer can do and start with. Second one is technical writing. Now, technical writing needs special skill set. Either you must be from a technical background or you should have a passion for technology, like the latest technologies like artificial intelligence or web development or whatever it is. So the specific skill that a company would like to see in a technical writer, that he should be able to present the complex technical content in a simpler manner, that someone, if a reader is from a non-technical background, can understand it very easily. That should be the skill of a technical writer. So you have to be either from a technical background or you should be passionate about technology to be a technical writer. The third one is copywriting. As you know, there is much confusion and it is a myth that content writing and copywriting are the same. But there is vast difference between both of the types. In the copywriting content, what we do, we directly target a product or service and market it. It is a direct form of marketing a product or service on. And in copywriting, the content is so compelling that it lets the reader to take an action. By action, I mean the reader will either get so influenced that he will buy a product or subscribe to a service. So this is basically a short-term and direct form of content writing. And the fourth, in copywriting, we have different examples like the landing page of a website is a example of copywriting. The product reviewing and description is a form of copywriting, and the website content are the form of is a form of copywriting. And the fourth one is social media writing. Now, social media is a buzz, and it is the loudest voice of any brand. Social media has tons and tons of user, and we are in a digital era. You know, it's a digital revolution that we are engulfed in, and every business, every startup wants to market its brand on social media to enhance its reach. So the companies and the clients are looking for those kind of content writers, social media content writers who have expertise to write compelling captions, social media posts that the brand awareness is enhanced to a great extent. So if you are a content writer, this is one type of writing that you should really expertise in to leverage your profession for sure. This is one such writing that you should really learn and refine your skills in. The fifth one is business writing. Business writing is basically for the corporate companies. The content writer is expected to write business mails, memorandums, or monthly reports, etc. So this has a limited skills, but yes, it is important as well. The sixth one is long form content writing. In the long form content writing, the writer generally pens down a ebook, case studies, white papers, etc. This is a very this kind of content writing requires the content writer to be very patient. It needs a lot of research and a microscopic eye for the details. So it needs a lot of skills to be a long form content writer. Last and most important one is academic writing. Academic writing, just as the name suggests, a writer writes about a certain academic, certain subject. For this kind of writing, the writer has to be either from a particular background. If suppose you are taking up management as your subject, it is preferred, you will be preferred if you are from a management background. Or you are a BBA or an MBA. Similarly, if you are writing for IT, you should be from the IT background. It gives you a competitive edge. You can prepare and write good content if you belong to a particular background. Academic writing cannot be, it's not everyone's cup of tea. Not every writer can be academic writer. You have to learn and refine the skills over a period of time to get into this particular kind of writing. So these are the 7 timeless kind of content writing which are highly in demand. You can be content writer of any of this particular type and be you can either be a mixture of all or you can be an expert of one as well. Yeah.
Okay. So thanks, Priyanka. I didn't know, like, the varieties of content writing, because all I knew is like everybody is like, I'm a content writer, but to get into that, to
Yeah.
which domain specific they belong to is something that I didn't know
Yeah.
and I got to know from you. So thanks.
Yeah.
Okay. So next thing is like you said, there are n number of content writers and n number of ways you can approach to it. But
Yeah.
according to you, what are the guidelines basically one should follow to create a good masterpiece of content? Or you can say to become a good content
Yeah.
writer.
Yeah. So everyone can write, but everyone cannot be a content writer. To write a high quality content, there are specific things that you need to follow. I will share very simple tips that I generally follow in my writing. So basically, the first thing to start with is the title or the headline of the content. When you're writing the title or the headline, it should be super attention grabbing. The reader should get stuck and want to know what exactly the content is about. He will surely read it. So try and write the title which is attention grabbing, that enhances the curiosity of the reader to read ahead the content. Second is the content, the structure of the content. Now, a well-structured content has three main parts. The first is introduction, the second is the main body part, and third is the conclusion. Talking about introduction should be super interesting. It should set a stage for the reader, and it should give a detail what exactly the content, what exact the information the content is going to give to the readers. Sometimes what happens when the introduction is not interesting, you want to leave that site and go to some other website and get the content. So it is your introduction that will decide whether a reader is interested to read your content or not. So make your introduction super interesting. Second part is the main body part. When you're writing the main body part, try to answer the queries. I'm going on Google, I'm typing something because I want to know about it. And thus my topic is there, and whatever the relevant information that I'm trying to give, it should cover all of it in your main body part. It should answer the queries of the reader. When you are writing the content, try and write in smaller paragraphs. Making it very big paragraphs decreases the readability. Try and divide your content in smaller paragraphs. It enhances the readability. The second thing is that try to write the main points in bulleted form or a numbered form, so that it grabs the attention of the reader that it is something important that I have to read. He won't skim it.
Agree.
So try and write in bulleted points, numbered points, isn't it? If your topic allows, give some figures and data in your content. If your topic allows, give some data. And the source from where you get the data should be reliable one. It should be latest one as well. For example, if you are writing for some government kind of content or employment, try to go in websites like .gov.in. These are all government websites and they will give you very relevant source of information. So try to gather information from very reliable and relevant sources to make your content very informative yet relevant. So these are the points. At the same time, when you write the conclusion, if you are writing your blog should always have a conclusion, if not lengthy, be it 4 lines, but it should summarize your content, it whole content. The reader should not feel incomplete. It should give a meaningful completion to your blog. When you're writing a conclusion, you can do two things. First is, if you are running a series, you can always give a hint in the conclusion that this is the part one and I will be publishing the part two in short time. And also you can do is you can leave a question in your conclusion, that how you find the blog, what exactly you liked it. No, it increases the engagement with the reader. So you can always wrap up your conclusion, wrap up your blog with a question as well. So this is how you structure a good content, high quality content. Apart from this, your article should be your voice. Every writer has a unique way of writing. Your article, your blog should reflect your uniqueness. It should be original and it should reflect your unique voice, how your brand, exactly to say your brand. And apart from this, you should have basic knowledge of SEO. SEO is search engine optimization. In this digital era, the blogs are needed to be SEO to get a Google page rank and to reach out to larger audience. So you should, when you're a content writer, you have to have a basic knowledge of SEO, if not in detail, but yes, how to place the keywords, how to fit the keywords, what is the frequency of the keywords. You should know a basic of it. You have to optimize your blog according to SEO, keywords and all. Apart from that, when you are writing something, try and read the competitors' blogs as well. What they have written, what is the length of the content, what all informations they have given. Try and accumulate knowledge from different competitors' website and try and write a content that will be better than your competitor. That will give you a great advantage. And last and most important, do not forget to edit it, proofread it, edit it. I would always ask you, after at least 1 hour of writing, you edit the content. When you have taken a break of at least 1 hour, your mind is fresh and you can do good editing. So
Yeah.
that even the minutest details and error is being rectified, and then you publish it or you give it to your client.
Yeah.
And this is a basic of writing a high quality content.
Okay. So, Priyanka, one takeaway for me is like, leave a question in your reader's mind so that they would want to read you again, right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
again, exactly. Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
Same thing with movies, we love to watch sequel movies because something is that, that conspiracy, that means
yeah.
mystery. It remains in the mind
Uh-huh.
and you want to read over again and again, watch it over again.
Mind.
Yeah.
Best example is Bahubali.
Yeah.
Bahubali 1.
We are
Yeah,
desperate to see the other part, right? All right. Okay.
exactly.
Yeah. So Priyanka, you said in the beginning of the video that a good English. So how much do you think is the role of good English in writing good content?
Yes, it is imperative to be good in English, but but I don't mean to say that you have to be Shashi Tharoor in English. You must be having knowledge of English, like the basic grammar, basic punctuations, and able to write meaningful, complete sentences. In your content writing journey, if you are good at English, you do not have to be phenomenal. But by in the process, you by reading lot and writing lot, you automatically learn more and more. But you have to be good at English without having basic knowledge of grammar or sentence formation, the tonality, the flow of the content. You cannot withstand this competitive field, I would say.
Yeah.
Additionally, I would say if you are good or you are better in some regional language other than English, you can also start content writing in regional language. But if you are opting to write content in English, yes, you have to be good. English is a very important skill to start with.
Yeah.
You have to be good, at least good, if not phenomenal. Additionally, the translators are much in demand. If you are having knowledge of different languages, you can be a translator as well. The companies are needing translators to translate the content from one language to another.
Oh.
So, any kind of skill you have in writing in regional language or in multiple language, you can start. They are much in demand actually.
Okay. So that's like one different kind of job, you would say, being a translator in content
Yeah,
writing.
yeah. It's completely. Suppose you are not very good at English and you are a bit, depressed that I cannot start because I'm not good at English, or maybe I'm lacking that confidence. If you are good in regional language, any other language, companies are welcoming them with open arms. They are much in demand, I would say. Even the translators are much in demand.
Wow, it's a
But
workaround
yes,
for that, right?
yeah, yeah. But to start with content writing in English, you have to be good in English.
Of course.
And you can brush up your skills in the journey. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So, Priyanka, you mentioned about various different
Mhm.
skills, no? Optimization, SEO, good English, regional language, a lot of things you
Yeah.
covered. But, if somebody wants to become that skillful or they want to, learn about that, are there any resources or a way to sharpen their skills, maybe?
Yeah, so many. The online marketplace is crowded with all such courses. But apart from courses, I would say if you have ventured into this field as a content writer and you are a beginner, the most essential thing you need to do is read a lot. Online, offline, printed magazines, newspapers. You need to read a lot. Add lots of vocabulary, read a lot, get lots of information, and write a lot. Make it a routine to write. It's like a repeat. Write, read, write, read again. The same thing. But if you're talking about courses, there are many courses available. Apart from courses, the whole online marketplace have so many articles and blogs to start with to gather knowledge for. But if I'm talking about courses, there are paid and unpaid courses both available. If you are a beginner, if you are a fresher, I would suggest you to go with unpaid courses. My three favorite courses would be from website Skillshare. You can log into the website Skillshare, and there is a unpaid course of Skillshare that's very good for the beginners. The second one is from Fundamental Digital Marketing by Google.
Mhm.
Again, it is also a very good unpaid course for the beginners. Third is Udemy, and fourth one is HubSpot. This all four websites give you online courses free of cost.
Wow.
The biggest advantage of taking up a course is that they teach you the tips and tricks of SEO, which maybe a content writer may not know, may not be having any idea about. So when you are taking up courses, this is one biggest advantage you get. At the same time, they tell you about how to do research, what is the procedure of getting information regarding a topic, how to write a well-structured content. They give you every basic details to begin with. They are very good. You can take up internships as well, both paid and unpaid internships. Again, internships are also very good. You can earn if it is a paid one. And at the same time, it's a great learning experience. If I come to paid courses, I will suggest two. The first one is IIM Skills. IIM Skills provides the best and the most comprehensive course for content writers. The rating is about 4.8 of the course, and it incorporates every little and big details which you need to learn to be a content writer. And the second one is Henry Harvin. The course structure of IIM Skills and Henry Harvin are more or less same. They both are paid courses and they are super beneficial. If you are thinking to take up a course, paid one, then I would suggest to go with any one of the two. But as a beginner, I would ask you to make a routine of writing, make it a daily practice of reading and writing, and at the same time, if time permits, you can take up the unpaid courses. They are super beneficial. Super beneficial. Yeah.
Okay. So if I am just starting with it, I would, I should choose the free courses. And once I am, into it or I feel comfortable, then investing on
Yeah.
paid courses is worth it, right?
Yeah, exactly. You can take up paid courses at the beginning as well, but the basic that you need to learn, the unpaid courses cover it all. Cover it all. So you need not really invest in a paid course and spend money. You can get every detail in unpaid courses as well.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Priyanka, if you have, links handy of these courses, we can surely give in the description box below so that,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.